I mean, you get paid less, so if there was resentment about you working less, you remind them that you're making less money. And then I do think it's helpful at companies. At eBay, it's a manager's choice to allow someone to go part-time or not. It's definitely not a right, and I don't know at the company that you worked at, but it's helpful if you and your boss and other people also just support it, and everyone on the team understands who's going to be able to do it and who's not, and maybe you save it for your higher performers. And then on the days, I work 4 days, so I just have every Friday off, and that's pretty easy. And I do have a nanny who will work on Friday if I need to go in, which I've only done like 5 times in 5 years. But when I work 3 days a week, there's 2 things I've done. One, I had a set schedule, and it doesn't take too much to figure out you're working Monday, Tuesday, Thursday every week. But someone I work with now at eBay works Monday, Tuesday, and then she keeps her 3rd day floating because she felt like she didn't know what other day she was going to be needed most with important meetings or whatever. And I think more with technology now and BlackBerries and emails and voicemails, et cetera, it doesn't seem as challenging, but you can do, it says it on your email, it says it on, Post-it note on your computer. Your boss certainly knows, your team knows, and they figure it out. And if not, then you're working with dumb people. I mean,
I used to work part-time after my daughter was born in an office 3 days a week, and when I negotiated that with my boss, I actually asked her, I took like a 30% cut in my salary to do that, and I asked her, because the other people I worked with would just by the way it worked out, have to take on some of my work, not a lot of it, but a little. I asked if some of that 30% could be like a bonus to them to kind of cut back on the resentment, and that actually worked out really well.
Yeah. Great idea. I hear on my blog a lot from people who resent what they call picking up the slack for moms who work part-time. And the thing that's strange is they're mad at the moms. Well, I think they should be mad at the company that they have to pick up the slack and they don't get paid extra for it. But we're not quite there yet. And it's really real that there is a lot of resentment towards people who work part-time. And I think sometimes you can manage it and come up with great ideas like that. But I had a part-time situation that worked for several years, and then some certain people got too resentful, and I had to stop it.
But even full-time, a lot of, people say, oh, well, she's got to,
right.
She can't be there because her kid's sick, or they resent that you have what they consider to be an out, where really it's sort of this problem that you're dealing with, and they just don't see your family as being as important as what's happening at work. It's hard, and it's an awful attitude, but you can kind of sympathize with them too, and yet it has to be done. No way around it.
Anybody else?